Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on the channel. As you guys know, we are doing something a little bit different today. We're talking about the last, this could definitely be my last video I ever do on Skyrim, and same with live streaming it too. And this is one of the most memorable scenes here, going on the wagon. And he's like, hey, you're finally awake. You're trying to cross the borders like me, not thief over there. And I seriously have so many damn memories from this game. As you guys know, this is something I played even during my teenage years, when this came out. And I've spent 13 or 14 years playing this, and
trying to cross the border,
it's just brings back so many good memories.
Same as us.
And as you guys know, this was the only game I would stream back on Mixer too, and and Twitch as well as various other platforms when I would multi-stream too. And there's just a lot of iconic things with Skyrim that I will probably always remember. And I beat this game. I put, let's see, how many hours into the game? Like over 3,000 or more. 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. I owned it on every single platform except for the Nintendo Switch. Because I don't own a Switch. And I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is when you pretty much have done everything in this game, and done every different skill line, every different character build, played with every kind of mods, I think it just goes to show you that it was something you really loved and really liked a lot of growing up, you know what I mean? Skyrim, for its time, was by far one of the most immersive games out there, because they did something different that Elder Scrolls Oblivion didn't do, and that was, the real world reactions, the time and places that the NPCs are at, and it, the world, in all honesty, is just very beautiful and very vast, and but I gotta say my favorite world building would have to be Oblivion, just because I love the DLCs, the world building even there too. But in my first Elder Scrolls game that I've never beat and haven't played all the way through would definitely have to be Morrowind, but that was another one I loved too. But I was a big fan of the Elder Scrolls games. Then I got into Fallout as well, as you guys know, and then Starfield came out. I've been putting time into that, and it's just after spending 15 or so years or more, I don't know, I know it's probably 12 years old, 13 years old now, this game. And it just made me realize, I've gotten older. A lot has changed. I'm 30 years old, going to be 31 in 2024. And it just goes to show you I've lost myself playing this game the last couple years. And I've missed out on so many different games. And as much as I love this game, played with every mod, there just comes a time where it's just kind of time to hook, basically what I'm saying, put those boots up and try the time to try out new games, I gotta say, out of all the years that I've played this, my favorite locations would have to be Pine Watch and, going to Whiterun, going to Solitude, doing the Thief's Guild missions. The Dark Brotherhood questline could have been better, but You know, that's just my opinion. And like I always used to side with the Stormcloaks too, and then over the years, like even playing this, I started siding with the Imperials because I don't know, I just kind of felt like they were more in the right and their cause kind of made more sense than the Stormcloaks. As much as I like Ulfric, but fact of the matter is the Stormcloaks hate every other race out there, so I just thought of it like, well, I'm not for that. But yeah, it really does have a lot of iconic locations and everything. You know, going to Sylvangard and, you know, all that stuff. And it just, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of things that Skyrim did that was different. And there's a lot I wish they would have brought back into the game. You know, if you guys remember the RPG class system that Oblivion had, that should have been in Skyrim in my opinion. And
This looks like the way.
yeah, there's a lot it could have done, but they done all like other good things like improving the weapon system and everything. That was great, making your own weapons. But like being able to repair your weapons, make it feel more realistic, that's kind of where the RPG elements kind of fell out of. Same with the class system. As much as I love the Fusroda, you know, that was cool. By the way, my favorite shout, pushing enemies off the cliff. That was like probably one of the most unique things about it that got me into it. There's only so much Fusroda as you can play with over the years before you're just like, well, I've experienced this. I know every location. I know every hidden secret. I know every puzzle. And it's just like one of those things when you spend so much time only playing one game, you miss out on everything else. Like, believe it or not, there's a few games I've never completed. Dragon Age, you know, which I would like to go to. And I'm not saying I will never play another Elder Scrolls game again. I will probably end up playing Elder Scrolls Morrowind. That's like one I've never completed. And as for the original two, I honestly, I'll just say this. It's like so old of a game, same with the original Fallouts. Like, it would be, like, for me, it would be hard to figure out or complete. But I have tried. I tried going back to the original Fallouts and Elder Scrolls, and, you know, my computer just crashed with it. Because, you know, it's an old game. So, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things. Like, you know, there's such old games. I just feel like it just crashes on my computer every time. Sorry, I had to drink a cup of coffee. But anyways, getting back on point is, you know, as much immersive as this game is, you know, like a lot has changed throughout the years with with new games coming out, like Starfield. You know, I've been enjoying that Starfield as a whole. And there's no shade being thrown at Skyrim whatsoever. I just think when you play something for so much time, even through your adulthood and teenage years, you miss out on so much. And in a lot of ways, this game was like a comfort for me over the years. You know? Like, even when I was going through a lot in my life, and, you know, trauma and all that, this game was there for me. In a lot of ways, it helped me get through some of my darkest times. And, you know, that's one thing I can give this game is, you know, it has a really good world. It has really good ambient music. Like, it has different ways you can play the game. You can be a thief, a mage, play with mods, whatever the hell you want to do, and that's something I can give Skyrim. And as much as I love this game, there just has to be a time at some point where you just have to put it to the side and play new games, which I have been doing. And I haven't touched this game, and then I did play it a little bit this year, but it just didn't feel, it just doesn't feel the same, that same feeling like when I was a teenager when I would play this. Same with a couple years back, you know what I mean? And it's just one of those. And you know, this is one of my all-time favorite games growing up, and you know, it's like as I've gotten older, I've just been playing a lot of new things, like I said, Starfield, Call of Duty, you know, Fall Guys, Minecraft, and you know, like I said, you just cannot, like for me, I just cannot stick to one game anymore. As much as I love this game over the years, and it's gotten some of the best, you know, like I'll just say, it gave me some really good memories. And, you know, there will never be another game quite like Skyrim in the way they made it when it first came out. And for its time, like I said, upon every other games, like they added food elements, weapon building, and all that. Like this Skyrim will always be a part of game history at this point. And I wouldn't say it's retro yet, but as the years go on, it probably will be. You know, because we already see that the freaking Nintendo 64 and GameCube and PS3, you know, and PS2, that's all pretty much retro at this point. And same with a lot of games you'll never see again. You know, like I think at some point I want to go back, play some really old games that you don't see anymore, like Rampage. You know, that was a classic, and that was really good. But never, like I said, never say never. I will probably end up going back to Morrowind at some point, try to complete it, and as well as playing like the new one when it comes out years from now. You know, rather it come out for the Series X or the, you know, Xbox, whatever it's going to be called in the future. I know I'll be old at that point, probably in my 40s. It's just crazy to think this is a game I literally grew up with, and I've aged. It's aged. It's the same old game that will never change, and it will always be there forever, you know? And a lot has changed in my life too, guys. Like, I've changed. I don't get into the same games like I used to. Like, obviously, I still get into RPGs, but I'm saying like some of my game taste has changed too, to more variety these days. And I don't complain on what I play. Like, I love everything I play game-wise, you know? And it's just, I don't know, man. I guess I just rather play variety and not stick to one thing anymore, and that's just where I'm at these days. But there will always be the memories there, the good times. And that's all I can really say, you know what I mean? That's all I can really say. Is the good memories and the good times. And this game has so much, like, with it, that just, you know, takes me back. But speaking of, guys, you know, out of Elder Scrolls games, it does kind of makes you wonder what Elder Scrolls 6 is really going to be about, like where it's going to be located, all that. And I think it's just retiring Skyrim as a whole and Oblivion, because I played through them all, put so many hours into them, and I think that's what it is too, mainly, is because I played both games so much over the years. And, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, it makes me wonder, though. Like, is it going to be located in Hammerfell, High Rock, you know, the new game? Orsinium, freaking elsewhere? Like, where is it going to be located? You know what I mean? And I've also put time in the Elder Scrolls Online over the years, too, but I would say I kind of even got burnt out on that because, I don't know, I just couldn't keep playing it because I just could not. And it's not that ESO is bad. I actually enjoyed the MMO version of it. It's just when you don't have anybody to play it with anyways, and you pretty much feel like you've done everything, it just feels like you can't return to a game, you know what I mean? And I'm like I said, I'm not throwing shade at ESO. I think it's still decent for what it is, but I've even done every freaking mission on there too, you know, played it with friends over the years when I had friends to play it with, and there's only so much you can do before you're just like Skyrim, it's time to move on, you know what I mean? But yeah, the memories will always be there. I will always appreciate the good times, especially with my viewers, and you know, when people used to come in and hang out with me, and when I would play this, and that just takes me back, you know? And there, like I said, at its peak, Skyrim was by far the best games, and it still is to this day. I think these days I'd just rather watch people play it on Twitch and not play it myself anymore, because I've had my fill of enjoyment with it over the years with all the mods and everything. And I think my new thing is gonna be Starfield and, you know, all this other stuff. But man, good times and all that, man. It's just really good times. And I gotta say, I even still to this day will say this, like, the mud crabs to this day still crack me the hell up. Like, you'll find in this gameplay video that I recorded that I was like dancing around with the freaking mud crab and had him follow me around and everything. Which I thought was which I thought would be humorous for you guys, by the way. And you know, I put that in there just because, you know, the crab thing has just been an ongoing joke for me at this point on my live streams. I even bought a freaking crab plushie for the heck of it. And I will say this, like, this game, I can literally, like, not all this game will ever leave my mind, because I can remember every freaking voice line, every, you know, every little detail quest, and it's like, a lot of it will never ever leave my mind. Kind of like the hunters when they're like, I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years. 2 3s, what was she thinking? She didn't see me pull that ace out of my boot. You know what I mean? Like, that's how, like, engrossed I gotten into this game over the years, that it just kind of sticks with you even as the years go on. And that's just pretty much where I'm at with it. Like, I've had my whole fill of it over the years and done so much of everything. You know, from slaying dragons to, you know, fighting giant spiders as you're seeing here, like in this little dungeon. I've even killed Reeklings and bashed them with my warhammer as an orc. I've, you know, shouted at every enemy, done every million billion playthrough. There's only so many billion playthroughs before you've just had your fill of a game and want to experience what a new landscape is like, you know? And I gotta say, this game was by far really cool for its like third person and first person perspectives and all that. And I didn't see any games, many games like that growing up, other than Morrowind and Oblivion, and I feel like they were the only ones I knew that did that, you know? And there could have been other games like that, but I just didn't know them back then. If I did, you know, I probably won't remember, because like, I was so young when I played a lot of different games, you know? And I've owned everything from PS2 to GameCube to the 64 to, you know, original Xbox. Well, technically I didn't own original Xbox, it's the Xbox 360, but you still get my point. I've been on Xbox for dang near 15 years, and, you know, I'm still on there to this day, but in the future I would love to move to PC gaming. You know? But it's just all about, you know, PC gaming and doing retro gaming is what I'm trying to say. Like, I would love to do that. Like, I've never tried emulators. Like, I have no idea how to go through that whole thing, but, you know, I do want to play the classics, too, that I remember from my childhood, you know? But I will say, like, Skyrim did have a lot of interesting enemy types, slaughterfish, mud crabs. I'm pretty sure even deers would attack you if the Spriggan mothers would, you know, find you or whatever, too. And the Draugrs were, like, they always reminded me of, like, the White Walkers from Game of Thrones, in a way. Like, that's what they reminded me of, the way their eyes would light up blue or whatever. Like, they definitely remind me of the White Walkers. And, man, look at that. But this does really just bring back memories and just about every dungeon I've done in this game. Even on Solstheim. Like, Solstheim itself was really unique. You know? And, I will probably never forget that. Like, I will probably never ever forget this game. But I want to experience new stuff. And I want to have a good time and have fun playing new things. And, you know, just until the new one comes out. And that's pretty much where I'm at. Is just wanting to experience new worlds and all that. But I will say, like, this game will leave an impression on you. Like, you will never forget it. You'll always remember the good times. You know? And there just comes a point in time where it's just time to try out new stuff. Play new things. Experience new things in life. You know? Never be ashamed in it. And if you still love this game, even after 13 years, man, keep playing it. I think I've just had my fill of it pretty much. And, you know, even, like I will say, like, even the puzzles were pretty easy to figure out in this game. And I remember most of them, you know, especially the very beginning one, as you saw in, like, the first part of the gameplay. Like, that one I'm just like... But I guess when you play a game for so long, you're going to remember every single thing that you've either played on it or, you know, played through it. It's just one of those things. And you just never forget it. And I've always played this game on normal mode and all that too. Like, I've never... Like, I guess I've just always had fun playing on normal mode when I played my games. Like, I've never tried playing it on hard, but I would probably get creamed if I did, no doubt. Like, that's why I don't even play Dark Souls, for example, because, like, I would not be too good at those games, man. Like, I would not be too good at those games. But, yeah. Everything from dragon riding to, you know, different magical shout elements to, you know, fighting in the Civil War as an Imperial or Stormcloak. I've done it all. And there's only so much you can do. You know, experience everything, which I have, by the way. I've experienced everything in this game. I've even did the house building and owned houses and, you know, done the College of Winterhold. I've done...
Come, you two must be hungry.
And the College of Winterhold quest line was so good, too. I will say.
It's from that treaty
And
that
the Eye,
ended the
like,
Great War,
you know, completing
remember?
it for the Eye of
When the Emperor
Magnus,
was
doing the
forced by the
companion
Talmor
quest
to outlaw
line.
Talos worship.
Like,
We didn't
Like,
pay much
I feel
attention
like
to it
a
when I was
lot
a boy.
of the, like,
Everyone still had their little shrine.
like storylines you could do and everything was just so fun.
Ulfric and his
And,
sons of Skyrim,
you know, I became a werewolf. I've done
agitating about it.
vampire playthroughs.
The
I've done
Emperor
it
had
all,
to crack
man.
down, dragging people off in the
And
middle of the night.
but I will say
One
the
of the main
best
causes of
storyline
this
for the
war
Dark
was
Brotherhood
the
and the
last
Thief's Guild would have to be Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and that's kind of where it was. Unless you want to count Morrowind, but I haven't got to experience all of that yet. But I hope to go back to it, play through it, see if I can complete it. And that's kind of my plans. Is to maybe go back to it and do a new playthrough of it.
A dragon?
But I will say, like,
Ridiculous.
I just don't have it in me to
drunk.
do another
Are you
Skyrim
boy?
playthrough after
Husband,
many
let him
years
tell a
of the
story.
same thing.
Not
And,
much more to tell.
you know, I guess that's
This
kind of why I
dragon flew over
haven't
and
been
just
playing
wrecked the whole
Minecraft too
place.
much
Mass
either,
confusion.
because
I
it's
don't
kind of
know
that
if
same
anyone else
thing,
got
like
out
you can
alive.
only do so
I doubt I
much.
made it out myself,
But
if not for my friend.
I would still like do like a every week kind of thing, playing it, you know what I mean? But it probably will not be an everyday kind of thing, if that makes sense. So never be ashamed of, like I said, moving forward, trying new games, and just having a good time, you know? And here comes that mud crab scene. You guys will see it here in a minute. Where is he? Where's he at? Where's that mud crab at? Where's my pet mud crab? Yes, I know. But anyways, guys, like, this game over the years has been a lot of fun. You know, I've done every quest line, I've done every different character playthrough. See, there's the pet mud crab. As you guys see, I didn't attack them or nothing. I said in my new playthroughs I would not be killing any mud crabs because they have just at this point became my pets over the years in the game. Oh man. But this is one game, even to this day, it still cracks me up certain things about it. Like, I can never ever forget this. Like, the creatures would make me laugh. The mud crabs would make me laugh. Dragons, the glitches, like, there was a lot that was just so funny even though it was buggy. And that's what made Elder Scrolls Skyrim so funny and, you know, worth a playthrough, you know? But other than that, I just think this game will always be in the hearts of a lot of people. And for those that still play it for like comfort reasons, then, you know, I say go for it. You know, no one's stopping you. But I think personally for me, it's just time to move on. And yeah, here's that scene. I had him fall over and pinch the guard, which was hilarious. Oh man. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, but yeah, my friend didn't make it. I'm so sad. But anyways, it's been a good 15 years playing this game. If it's been not long, of course. I don't know if it's been not long or not, but I feel like it has. And if it's not, then it's literally 12 to 13 years when I, you know, that put into it. You know? And I will always cherish all the good memories this game has brought. And all the good times. And all the good memories with Twitch chat and, you know, Mixer chat and YouTube chat. You know, wherever you guys watched me playing this. Like, I will always remember the good times with it. And it's one of those things you can never let go of, is the good memories. So, thank you, fellow Skyrim fans, for, you know, welcoming me a part of this game, having me in this world. Thank you, Bethesda, for giving us a good game 12 years ago. And a very immersive experience. And let us play however we wanted to play in the game. Rather we wanted to be a hero or villain, you know, beat up Nazim. Yeah, I never liked Nazim, but I do appreciate all the good times, and I will always be grateful for them. So if you guys did like this video, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're new here around the channel. And this is just my farewell video to Skyrim over the last 15 years or so. So thank you so much, guys, and until my next video, I love you guys. Thank you for coming in, and I cherish every single one of you. And until then, make sure to always stay hydrated, take good care of yourself, and know you are always loved. And remember, you matter in this world. And I do mean it. Anyways, Phoenix is out.
Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
Love you guys.